If someone says a gray area, it means that something is not clearly right or wrong, legal or illegal, or one thing or the other. There's no clear answer, because the situation falls somewhere in between. For example, if the rules don't clearly say whether something is allowed, you could say, "That's a gray area." But why do native speakers use this expression so often? And how can you use it naturally in everyday English? Let's find out. Native speakers use a gray area because it's a simple and natural way to describe situations where there isn't a clear answer. Instead of saying something is completely right or completely wrong, they use a gray area to show that there are different ways to look at it. For example, if someone asks, "Is it okay to do this?" and the answer isn't completely clear, you can say, "It's a gray area." You can also say, "That's a bit of a gray area." This is especially useful when rules, decisions, or situations aren't clearly defined. It tells the listener there's no simple yes or no answer here. The rules don't clearly say what to do, so it's a gray area. I'm not sure if I should tell her, so it's a bit of a gray area. A wake-up call. If someone says a wake-up call, it means that something happens that makes you realize you need to change something or pay more attention. It is usually an experience or event that makes you suddenly understand that a problem is serious. For example, if someone keeps ignoring their health and then gets a serious warning from a doctor, that can be a wake-up call. Native speakers use this expression when they want to describe something that makes a person stop, think, and take action. Examples: losing his wallet was a wake-up call, so he started being more careful with his money. That mistake was a wake-up call for me, and I started paying more attention. Walk a fine line. If someone says walk a fine line, it means that someone is in a situation where they need to be very careful because a small mistake could cause a problem. It describes trying to stay between two difficult choices or situations. Native speakers often use it when someone needs to behave carefully without going too far in one direction. Examples: she has to walk a fine line between helping him and doing everything for him. I'm walking a fine line between being honest and hurting his feelings. Add insult to injury. If someone says add insult to injury, it means that something bad happens, and then something else makes the situation even worse. The second problem is especially frustrating because the first problem has already caused trouble. Native speakers use this expression when an unpleasant situation becomes even more unpleasant. Examples: I lost my wallet, and to add insult to injury, I had to pay for a replacement card. I missed the bus, and to add insult to injury, it started raining while I waited for the next one. Open a can of worms. If someone says open a can of worms, it means to create a new set of problems or difficult questions by dealing with one issue. Native speakers use this expression when solving one problem could lead to many other complicated problems. It often suggests that it might be better not to start dealing with the issue. Examples: changing one small rule could open a can of worms. If I tell him what really happened, I might open a can of worms. Go down a rabbit hole. If someone says go down a rabbit hole, it means to become deeply involved in something and spend a lot of time exploring it, often more than you originally planned. Native speakers commonly use it when someone starts looking into one thing and then keeps discovering more interesting information. Examples: I looked up one science fact and went down a rabbit hole for 2 hours. She went down a rabbit hole watching videos about how old buildings were made. A storm in a teacup. If someone says a storm in a teacup, it means a lot of anger, worry, or excitement about something that is actually very small or unimportant. It is mainly used in British English. Native speakers use it when they think people are making a small problem seem much bigger than it really is. Examples: They had a small argument, but it was just a storm in a teacup. Everyone was worried about the mistake, but it turned out to be a storm in a teacup. Add fuel to the fire. If someone says add fuel to the fire, it means to make an already difficult or angry situation even worse. Native speakers use it when someone says or does something that increases a problem instead of calming it down. Examples: Arguing with him now will only add fuel to the fire. Her comment added fuel to the fire and made everyone even more upset. Pull the strings. If someone says pull the strings, it means to secretly control a situation or influence what happens. Native speakers use it when someone has power behind the scenes and can make things happen without being the person everyone sees. Examples: He doesn't appear to be in charge, but he's the one pulling the strings. Someone behind the scenes was pulling the strings. Leave no stone unturned. If someone says leave no stone unturned, it means to try every possible way to find something or solve a problem. Native speakers use it to emphasize that someone is making a very complete and determined effort. Examples: The family left no stone unturned in their search for the missing documents. I'll leave no stone unturned until I find the answer. Lower the bar. If someone says lower the bar, it means to reduce the standard that people are expected to meet. Native speakers use it when they believe expectations have become too low. Examples: Accepting that kind of behavior would lower the bar for everyone. We shouldn't lower the bar just because something is difficult.